But first on this show, Scott Brown, Republican, senator, and user of me to scare money out of donors. Today he said publicly to bring her on, meaning bring me on. I'm not running for office against Senator Scott Brown. Nobody ever asked me to. But if he insists, I will indeed bring it on in my non-elective capacity. Please stay tuned. Last night, I found out that Republican Senator Scott Brown of Massachusetts is using me to raise money for him. He sent out this fundraising letter, quote, "Friends, the political machine in Massachusetts is looking for someone to run against me. And you're not going to believe who they are supposedly trying to recruit. Liberal MSNBC anchor Rachel Maddow. Rachel lives in Western Massachusetts, and recently it was reported that the chairman of the state Democratic Party had apparently tried to reach out to her in an attempt to coax her into a race against me. The Democratic Party bosses in Massachusetts disagree, blah, blah, blah. They want a rubber stamp who will vote for their plans to expand government, increase debt, and raise taxes. Someone like Rachel Maddow. I'm sure she's a nice person. I just don't think America can afford her liberal politics. Rachel Maddow has a nightly platform to push her far left agenda, blah, 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 blah." So Senator Scott Brown is using a rumor he didn't even bother to check to see if it was true, to try to scare people into giving him money. Turns out he is sending this to out-of-state conservatives. He's using, as the lawyers say, my name and likeness to raise money for himself, which would be flattering if I were actually running against him. But since that is completely made up, it feels more like it's just gross and harassing. So here's today's new news on this very weird saga. Senator Brown's office never called me to ask if I was running against him. They could have just called. I would have told them no. They didn't call. They just sent out the letter. When I saw the letter, I made clear, on TV even, that I am not running. I never said I was running. The Democratic Party in Massachusetts never asked me to run. I'm not running. So Scott Brown is wrong, but he's still trying to run against me, even after all that. He went on talk radio on WAAF in Boston today.
I wanted to ask you about another topic, which is Rachel Maddow, who says that you sent out a fundraising letter saying that she was going to run against you, and we have some audio from her, actually, which I'll let you hear.
Yeah, no, I listened to it.
Okay. She says she's not running for office and that you didn't ask her if you were running before sending out the email.
Well, I didn't realize I had to.
Yeah, why bother finding out if something's true if it makes for good fundraising material anyway?
Well, out of respect, I'm going to continue to fight and do my job and work hard to do just that. And, you know, bring her on. I don't care.
Bring her on? Bring what on? I'm not running against you. I'm not running for anything. You made this up.
Bring her on.
Bring her on. Bring on this thing. Scott Brown is my senator. Isn't this weird? Senator Brown not only didn't call to check any rumor before raising money off of it, he won't come on the show to talk about this fact. His Senate office is refusing to even return our phone calls. And this is legitimately surprising to me. They are apparently not going to retract the letter that they've sent out all over the country saying I'm a terrible, awful, far-left rubber stamp person who's running against him, even though it's not factually true. I mean, I may be an awful person like he says, but I'm not running against him. I'm really not. I never was. Apparently, they're just going to leave this letter out there and keep trying to raise money off it on talk radio and all the rest of it, even though it's not true. When I found out today that Scott Brown's office is refusing to talk to us, refusing to make the senator available to come on the show to talk to me, he'd just rather talk about me, and that they're refusing to retract the untrue thing they have said about me for fundraising purposes, I got this idea. I decided that I should do a robocall to my fellow Massachusetts residents to let everybody in Massachusetts know that whatever they're hearing from Scott Brown, it's not true. He's making this up. Turns out, yeah, I didn't know. That's against MSNBC rules. They won't let me do the robocalls, which I totally understand.